Hello there, friends. Isekai Defense Force Commander Jade at your service, and this is a rant. This is rant hour, man. We're gonna be talking about anime and the Streisand Effect, as the title will let you know. This shit has been going on for a while now, and I can't pinpoint where it started with, but the first really big instance in my head has been like Goblin Slayer and stuff. For a good long while now, there's been this gigantic fucking war between two factions, the Don't Fuck With My Anime faction and the Morality Police faction. And these two have been clashing for years now on social media over the potential extremeness of certain shows. As far as I can tell, a lot of these reasons for wanting to cancel some of these shows are like dubious at best, like with the new Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, right? That whole show, people are trying to get that canceled just because a certain group of people that they don't like watch the show, which is pretty fucking ridiculous, right? There's even a show out there that's like Teasing Masters something another that has a very similar premise and concept, but nobody gives a shit about that show, right? It's just to piss off a group of people that you don't like, right? And ironically, these attempts usually, if not always, fail, and sometimes have the opposite effect, which is where the title of this video comes from, the Streisand Effect. Shows like Goblin Slayer, Interspecies Reviewer, Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out, Rising of the Shield Hero, Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, and Redo of Healer. All of these shows have, one thing in common, and that's that people get really pissed off, or maybe even outraged at it. You have a big ass war between these two factions, and inevitably the people who actually profit from all of this are the anime production companies who break in all the free publicity this brings them, right? Because what these people who are trying to cancel these shows don't seem to realize is that they're actually making these shows way bigger than they would have ever been if nobody just talked about them, if everybody just ignored it, if everybody who just had a problem with it just said I don't care, ignored it. These shows, there's a lot of these shows that would not have become as big as they are now. Prime example, Uzaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. It's a B-list anime slice of life thing that was probably destined to only be like a one season affair, it was just going to like get a little bit of its day in the sunlight with its anime for like a bit. The people who liked it would like it, and then after the season ends, it would fade from the public consciousness. Nobody would talk about it. Little did people know we would be talking about this show in 2021 because of just the consistent like wars going on over this kind of shit, and how this show basically got like a bunch of publicity from people trying to get it canceled simply because the main lead had boobies and stuff, something that a bunch of anime girls have big ass racks. So what the fuck was so dangerous or deadly about Uzaki-chan? Supposedly it had something to do with promoting predators and nonsense like that or whatever, shit that I totally don't buy. It's just like, to me, an excuse or whatever. It's the excuse people throw out whenever they're trying to like shit on or get something shut down. It's like, oh, won't you think of the children or whatever. But anyway, it had the opposite effect. Uzaki-chan basically became bigger than it ever would have been. And now in modern day, we're dealing with Redo of Healer, a show that by all accounts is, from what I've heard, the source material is not that great. It's edgy beyond belief and has some fucked up shit happening in it, but it's gonna get publicity because of the wars between these two factions. Morality Police versus the Don't Fuck With My Anime crowd. And these guys are just gonna like clash, and the anime production companies are gonna benefit off of it. Why do you think these shows keep getting anime adaptations keep trying to get localized and stuff, because these guys, they're big brain, bro. They realize you're being played. They realize that by releasing these absurdly edgy shows like fucking Goblin Slayer and stuff, especially after Goblin Slayer, that they are going to be raking in the dough from all the free publicity that the craziness and the fucking wars create. So yeah, if there's anything you want to take away from this video, is that hate is not the opposite of love. The opposite of love is indifference. If you don't want these shows to be big, if you don't want people to talk about them, then don't talk about them. Ignore them. You know, don't give them the attention that they want, which is what they want, dude. That's why these shows keep getting anime adaptations. This is especially after with the fact with like interspecies reviewers and how crazy that shit got, with a show that's like borderline hentai, right? That you're wondering, how did this get an anime adaptation? You want to know how it got an anime adaptation, right? It's you, Mr. Morality Police. There's always going to be money to be made off of publicity, whether bad or good, and the anime industry is hurting for money right now, so it's gonna put out whatever edgy schlock it can to get there. And then in some cases, the obvious thing I haven't mentioned, obviously, is shows like Rising of the Shield Hero, and also Uzaki-chan to a certain extent, and Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, and stuff like that, which are getting canceled largely because of the agendas of people on this side who, they have an issue with the people who watch the shows more than the show itself, which to me is just nonsensical, petty bullshit, right? It's like we're in high school again or some crap. Or maybe some of these people are actually high schoolers, that would explain a lot. That they, instead of just minding their own fucking business, they have to start an entire war over the fact that a cartoon exists with a plot thread that they don't like or whatever, or has like a fan base that, they don't like. Now, the Don't Fuck With My Anime crowd isn't completely innocent either, because, on their side, you also have a lot of just ignoring the fact that, we can have discourse about shows. We can talk about these things. We can have a dialogue. We can basically talk about whether certain things were necessarily done in good or poor taste. We can have discussions, but a lot of times it's really not about that for people. It's about getting my way. That's how a lot of people think. It's about getting their way and having everything be the way they want it to be. But yeah, I would make this video a bit more detailed, but this is pretty last minute once again, right? And I want to say to my subscribers or viewers, for the 1% of you that actually watch my videos, that I do plan on cutting back because I severely underestimated just how busy I am. The reason why so many of these videos are last minute is because I'll get these ideas to do stuff, right? But then I realize I don't have the time to actually pull off what I want to pull off, so I have to do a much simpler video instead, and this is kind of the result of it. So instead, I'm gonna go for a bi-weekly release schedule. Please understand, because I'm still trying to figure out everything. I'm still experimenting. I'm still making stuff with the intention to try and like figure out this whole YouTube game and shit, right? So yeah, please understand. If you like the video, like it, share, subscribe, smash that like button once again, smash it into fucking pieces. Maybe not that hard, but you get what I'm saying, typical YouTuber shit. But yeah, thanks for listening. This has been Isekai Defense Force Commander Jade. Have a nice day.